Hey, what's up everybody? Anthony Sevins back again for another product review, and today we're going to be talking about ARCADE1UP's 4-player Simpsons cab. Let's rock and roll.
Ignition sequence starts. 6,
back in 1991, when The Simpsons had just blown up all over the place as being one of the greatest cartoon series ever known to man. I mean, you could not go anywhere in the late 80s and early 90s without seeing a shirt that said, "Don't have a cow, man," or "Don't," anything Simpsons related. Burger King had Simpsons toys in their kids' meals. I mean, it just, everything that you could possibly think of, including arcade games. So 1991, you had Konami, which was a big juggernaut in the arcade business, and you had The Simpsons, and you fuse them together, and you have the original Simpsons arcade, which even in the arcade, it was a 4-player cabinet. It was fairly large, and you play as either Marge, Homer, Bart, or Lisa Simpson, and it's a beat 'em up game, okay? I mean, let's be real, folks. The Simpsons and games like The Simpsons, they're not difficult at all. They are designed for any man, woman, or child to be able to get on and play, as it consists of just one joystick, a button for attack, and a button for jump. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing special. It's just a fun, if you were a fan of The Simpsons, as my friends and I were, you were just like, "Ooh, a Simpsons arcade game, let's go play." And you're popping in quarters and you got 4 people just beating the crap out of people. You go through your stages and, you fight big bad guys and stuff like that, and you die along the way, and the machine takes more of your quarters. The one thing I really loved about this game is they had all of the authentic Simpsons voice actors perform everything on these games as well, and even if they were sound bites and whatever. But all in all, just like Ninja Turtles before it, Ninja Turtles, Simpsons, and there was a few others, X-Men, some Marvel games that came out. They were really just made for fans and just really cool beat 'em up games. So as far as the replay value on The Simpsons arcade, I mean, there's not really a heavy replay value. You get on and you have fun with your friends, or you have fun with your family members, or you just sit there by yourself and just play through the game. That's fine. But once you beat the game is the same every single time. It's the same set of bad guys. It's the same set of bosses. It's the same. So there's not really an urge or a desperate yearning to want to keep going back and playing the Simpsons arcade game. However, fast forward 9 years into the future, and Konami once again does the Simpsons arcade thing and comes out with the Simpsons Bowling. Okay, Simpsons Bowling came out in the year 2000. This was to the time where the world feared it was going to come to some kind of collapse from Y2K, and Konami decides, let's do another Simpsons game. But this time we're doing bowling. Now, the Simpsons Bowling game, you get to pick from several different characters. It's more of like a virtual type of bowling to kind of keep up with some of the other games that came out around the year 2000. And it's fun. You get to select your character, you pick the curve, you position your character, you push the button, and you get ready to time just right, where the little trigger goes to the green, and you try to hit it right in there, and then you play. And just like any kind of arcade bowling game has always been fun. I do not know one bowling game that I didn't see in an arcade that I didn't play, or that I did see that I did not play. I mean, bowling arcade games are fun. Now, when you have a bowling arcade, themed out, with Simpsons characters, with all the crazy voices and some extra wacky Simpsons-like things going on in this game. It just makes it for a really fun, casual bowling game. You know, it's just fun. I mean, I know I keep saying that over and over. I can't really think of anything beyond fun. It's not the most amazing bowling game ever invented to the arcades by any means, but it's fun. And being a fan of The Simpsons as well as both of these games, absolutely well worth it. Now, what are some of the good things and the bad things? Well, the good thing is you know, if you get bored playing by yourself, the Simpsons arcade game does have online features with this machine. So you can play with other people who own this machine. So that's super cool. It's got the Wi-Fi live features and all that other fun stuff. The one thing I love about the Simpsons Bowling, the trackball on this. Now, I know in the past I've made videos on like, oh yeah, you know, ARCADE1UP's trackball sucks, and you know, like on their old Centipede cabinets, but this trackball that comes with the Simpsons machine, holy shit, what an extreme improvement. It is so sensitive, it plays so well. I have zero complaints about the trackball that comes with this machine. As a matter of fact, all of the sticks and all of the buttons, this is one ARCADE1UP machine that there is no need to upgrade anything on this machine, unless it's just by personal preference. But everything works. The buttons work, the joysticks work, the trackball works, and that's impressive as hell, you know, to say the very least. Another thing I liked about this cabinet, it was one of the first ones that actually came with molded coin doors. So the front of this machine looks very different from the Gen 1 cabinets, and even from the Gen 2 cabinets where they have the sticker of the coin doors on the front. These ones are actually molded coin doors, and they genuinely look authentic. Like you could stick quarters in these damn things. And I remember just pulling this panel out of the box, seeing the molds, and I was like, holy shit, this is really impressive stuff. So, you know, I can see why, you know, the price of this machine originally was like $600 and something. I got this on sale at Walmart.com for like $500 and something bucks. I think it was like $600 with the taxes, with shipping. But, you know, well worth it. Comes with a beautiful light-up marquee. You know, for the most part, all of the colors and the artwork on the cabinet really echo the original arcade game, which I think is totally cool and amazing. Let's see, what else? Another complaint. Oh yeah, the big complaint that everybody talks about here is the Homer Simpson control panel. And I'm going to show you that real quick. So you have your, you know, 4 control joysticks, buttons, stuff like that. You know, one button is to attack, one button is to jump. Joystick, all good. Now, the most comfortable way that people position their hands on, you know, just 2 buttons is pointer finger and ring finger, and those are the buttons that usually you control with. Now, see how far of a distance my hand is away from this joystick, right? Now let's move over to the Homer Simpson buttons real quick. So a natural position of, you know, finger button, or pointer finger, ring finger, and you know, this control is getting in the way of your hand. So I clearly see how people, they're a little pissed off about this design, and this was done to make room for this and all of its eternal parts over here for the trackball. So when I play, you know, this is the control I use the most, to be honest. I just, instead of spacing out my fingers like this, I just kind of go and use my pointer finger and my middle finger, and it's a little unorthodox, but it leaves plenty of room for the joystick. And I don't know, maybe it's because I have small hands, so it doesn't bother me that much, but it is kind of janky. I'll give people who are complaining about that, you know, credit where credit is due. So, you know, all in all, you know, is this machine the absolute greatest machine that ARCADE1UP has ever developed? Well, that's all personal opinion. You know, it depends on whether you like The Simpsons or not. I mean, there are some people out there that probably are saying, Simpsons, I'll pass. It was a so-and-so game. Don't care about bowling. You know, whatever, not my thing. And people will pass this up. As far as, you know, the Homer Simpson controls, I know there was a lot of people that were overly pissed off about that. But, you know, again, you know, when they're trying to give more than just one game, you know, they're trying to shove the trackball on top of this beautiful 4-player controller layout, I mean, they have to make some adjustments. And, you know, I'll side with them. It's the most logical adjustment if they had to make it. And it's not too big of a deal because you still have fun on this machine. I really love the design of it. It was, you know, just like all other ARCADE1UPs, it was fairly easy to put together. It took me maybe about an hour. And I think that for once, I'm not going to bitch about, you know, the controls, the joysticks, the buttons, and the trackball. Everything is working phenomenally on this cabinet, you know, and I can't speak for the other games that I don't own, but I'm very, very, very pleased and very impressed with this cabinet. I honestly believe that it is absolutely worth the, you know, $500 and something if you can catch it on sale. I mean, if you want to pay, you know, the $600 for it, which I think the original price was $599. If you're a big fan of The Simpsons and you've played these games in the arcades and stuff, oh yeah, it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. I think it's super, super duper cool stuff. And I love the design. I love the build. Everything about this cabinet's cool. And I'm glad that I made it a part of my home systems. But anyways, you know, that's, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, meaning 1, we should burn this machine and throw it away, or 10, it's the greatest machine known to man, I'll honestly give this machine about a 7 out of 10, you know what I mean? 7 out of 10 only because the bowling game has an extreme replay value. So that's why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. You'll enjoy Simpsons Arcade, but probably for a limited time or every once in a while. But Simpsons Bowling is one that, you know, I've even heard other people saying like, oh yeah, Simpsons Bowling is the shit. That's the game I play the most. And so far, that is the game that I play the most on this machine as well. Although when I have everything in attract mode, just for the sake of being classic arcades, you know, I'll put, you know, the Simpsons Arcade on there, because it's easiest when you have company over. People just walk right up to the machine and they just push the button, they join in the game, and everybody's beating up some characters. So, you know, again, it's fun. It's a great party favor. But anyways, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for joining me. The ARCADE1UP 4-player Simpsons arcade machine. Get yours today. Until we meet again, take care of yourself and take care of each other.